Let me take a video of this. Here we go. Hello. All right. Oh. Yep. Oh, is anyone nervous? A little bit? No? Yes? Yes? Okay, that's okay. This is actually a really good way for you guys to build confidence with your dogs because, well, most of them are reactive with you still somewhat, maybe a bit less than they used to be, but not with me, so you know they know it. I was just saying welcome everyone. So what we're gonna do is basically at the end of this class all the dogs will be off lead, yeah, and there will be some play, but my form of socialization does not involve high energy chasing, because that's often where things go sideways and I don't want that. Yeah, most of the dogs are a bit insecure when you guys are around because you are stressed. So this is a really good way for you to learn, how do I read dog body language? How do I stand up for my dog? How do I deal with a dog that's in my dog's face? What do I do about that? And this is a really good opportunity for your dogs to learn, hey, mom or dad knows what to do and I can trust him. Now, what I say counts. I will have the last word out of all of you. Okay, I'm in charge of this session, so if you think and I think it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so because I know that you will go much faster than I will do it. Okay, so this is kind of what we're trying to learn. Now, I've got these things with you, and you might be wondering why. Traditionally, you use like a little dressage whip, but they're really expensive. So I just went to Bunnings and I bought these. These are not for whacking dogs, but they are for creating space. So I'll be walking around with one. If necessary, I'll give you one as well. But for example, if London is struggling a bit because one of the dogs keeps going in her face, I might walk in front of London and I go move to the other dogs. Yeah, we're just creating space in a way that the dog is like, oh my God, thank God. This is really effective. Now I feel safe. Does that make sense? What we're going to be doing is we're just going to walk laps for quite some time. One of the big problems in dog parks is that everyone stands still. Everyone stands still and the dogs are going nuts, but movement controls the group. We're all going to walk in the same direction. You can walk at your own pace. I'm going to do a cool thing later on to show you how the dogs adjust to us. I'll show you later. I thought it was really cool when I did that at my seminar and they showed us. It was really cool. We're going to start with all of us walking on lead, and then I'm going to say take your dog's lead off, or if you find it more comfortable for yourself for your dog to drag the lead, that's fine too. It will get a bit dirty, so you might have to wash your lead after if you do that. Just a rule, I'd rather not have you use treats until I say okay you can, just because I don't want the dogs to all then run at the person feeding, which is usually me, so that might happen. And as a beginning rule, I don't want you to touch any dog that's not yours. Okay, again, a resource guiding thing, like these dogs are going to be fine, but my ultimate goal is that we do this maybe once a month or every 3 weeks, and you will be my baseline group. You will be the group of all solid dogs. I know you're like, oh my God, not my dog, but your dogs are solid. And then hopefully we can start bringing in some other dogs that need a little bit more work, or they're a bit more boisterous. And then that's a really good way of teaching dogs to be social in an appropriate way, instead of at a puppy school where they just throw all the puppies loose and they go nuts and they jump all over each other And often dogs are very intimidated by that. Or at a dog park, the dog owners don't realize the dog is being bullied. That chasing looks fun, but actually your dog is trying to escape.
So we all start with the dogs on lead, same direction, and walking time. And I will say one by one which dog can come off lead.
Yeah, many can come off. Boy, no, you're not gonna get treats. Mila can come off. Charlie, Charlie can come off. You can let him go, or you can take the leash off. Up to you. Hello, buddy. Mila. Oh, you need to always play with your brother. Good. Keep going. Mila. She's a bit much.
So we're having a little problem with the two schnauzers who are household dogs, and the moment they're off lead, they play really roughly. So I had her leash one of the dogs again and drag the line for a bit to see if she would calm down. So we tried the other dog off the lead instead and see what would happen, but they're right back to rambunctious playing, and this energy is just too much when you're doing a group like this. So I'm getting in between there to separate. See how the Spitz is coming to investigate? And then the Cavoodle in the back is also like, hey, what's going on? Actually, that's Spoodle, my bad. So I am on my way. Everyone, see how everyone is congregating? Well, we don't want that. So we cannot have that type of play, and they're being interrupted again. I decided to make the circle a bit smaller, so less distance in between the dogs. So now the aim of this session is really for the dogs to just be friendly and interact, but in a very low energy way. So you see that the schnauzers still struggle a little bit, and we want that energy to go down and teach them that you don't have to be so full on. And you see that the little one is still barking a fair bit, and we want that to just all calm down. This is also really big for the owners, right? Because a lot of these owners haven't been able to have the dogs around other dogs without feeling really anxious or insecure or afraid that something might happen. So having a controlled situation like this is really teaching them, look, your dog is okay. Your dog can have social moments in a controlled environment, so maybe you don't need to put yourself into a situation where you don't know the owners or the dogs, and you can just have your dog be friendly and social here instead whilst you're safe, and keep moving from that way. And it's just so, like, everyone left feeling so, oh my god, I can't believe my dog did that. I think it's really, really valuable to people. And this kind of just keeps going for quite some time. Dogs are having social time. This is social. I know it looks like they're not playing, but play isn't the only way to be social, right? I often say we like to go for a coffee, and we don't go nuts when we're having a coffee. We're just enjoying ourselves, sitting calmly at a table, having nice conversation, which is very different than if you are going to a festival and you're going to party for the next 6 hours, right? Like, no one is in the mood to do that every day. So this is like a coffee date. The dogs are having a coffee date right now. Here I even make the space a little bit smaller, and you see that the dogs just follow what the owners are doing, right? We're not fencing anything off. We just start walking smaller, and you see how the dogs adjust. And everyone is just gaining confidence. I was really, really stoked with how this was going. And then maybe next session I will allow a bit more play. And the schnauzers are doing well. Like, one of the schnauzers is now off. I think they're both off, and we're just going to see how things are going. You see a bit more running and play with the Spitzes. I have to intervene because it goes too much. And then we try again. It's just teaching the dogs too much, calm it down, and you just repeat again. It doesn't mean it's the end. We'll give you another try, but we're not doing it on your way. We're gonna do it on my way.
Most people happy with the dogs? They calmed down at the end. Look, they were great with the other dogs, just not with each other, which is not something I expected, but that's okay. When I lived in Melbourne, this is how I learned doggy daycare from a dog trainer, and my staffy is reactive, and he used to be bad reactive. Like, none of your dogs are near his level of reactivity. And this is how we started to make him better. And even though it's a slow process, you do create a lot of neutrality. For example, I plan on having Lennox in here at some stage, muzzled. Not without a muzzle, just in case. But for example, he goes really well with Charlie and Coco, and with these little twos. He's very good with small dogs. I don't think he's met the other ones yet because I'm very selective. But just goes to show that I can walk Lennox pretty much anywhere, and he doesn't growl or bark or lunge at any dog because he just knows when I needed mom to step up for me, she did. And today I didn't do a lot of that. I just kind of let that happen. But next time I do want you to become more of that. You know, if we do have an incident where you're like, I'm not sure. Hey, move. Get out of my dog's face. And that's where you start building that trust. Making your dog understand, oh, you do know how to solve this when shit hits the fan, kind of thing. Again, my rules for playing with other dogs still count. Like, I see absolutely zero value in letting my dogs play on the beach with a dog I don't know. I will never do that with Lennox. Yeah, if I see a dog, I will call him to me and I leash him. Zelda's fine, but not him, right? Because if that dog behaved anything like Murphy, Lennox would go for him, without a doubt. And I can't risk my dog or other dogs like that. Yeah, but I can put in with a dog like Charlie, because Charlie doesn't care about Lennox. Just like Lennox doesn't care about Charlie, and that's why they go so well together. But that's socializing too. And for some reason, like, being social has been projected as play, 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 Labradors that love everyone. And unfortunately, that's not what socializing is always about, and actually becomes a really big problem when you have dogs that have no idea how to walk nicely with other dogs, because all they learn is high energy play constantly, right? Um, Thank you so much for coming to this first one. Um, what did you think yourself? Would you do it again? Yes? Cool. Thank you. Well done.